Hello, Wicked Warriors. It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It's time for another action-packed episode of the Wicked Wally webcast, soon to be the best hard rock, heavy metal talk show on the planet. I'm your host, Wicked Wally, and I do say Wednesday night, but it depends where you're watching this show right now. We got a few folks in the chat right now. It's also in the middle of the morning in Sweden, and the reason I say that is because our guest is joining us all the way from Stockholm, Sweden tonight. I'm pretty excited for tonight's episode. This is episode number 39 of the webcast, and before I go into the details, again, this is a live show, so if you're watching this right now on YouTube, on Twitch, or on Facebook, this is a live interactive show. We want to hear your questions, your comments, your feedback. You're part of the show tonight. And yeah, be part of the conversation with us tonight. It's going to be a great show. All right, like I said, it's episode number 39 of the webcast, season 2. We've been doing this for 2 years now. Joining us all the way from Stockholm, Sweden, progressive hard rock band PRESSUE, their guitarist and songwriter, Simon Forsell. Hopefully I'm saying that last name right. We're going to find out shortly. They released their debut concept album, Path of a Shadow, back on May 7th and have been busy pumping out music videos to promote this album. Think melodic hard rock meets elements from 80s era power metal and maybe a little Judas Priest and Black Sabbath thrown in there. It's just a really great mix of music, and the music is a ton of fun. It is just a shit ton of fun. Really enjoyed listening to this album, and I'm so excited to have Simon joining us. Right before we talk to Simon, I'm going to quickly, I have a co-host once again on tonight's show. Hello, Vito.
Hello, it's nice to see you. I love the new studio.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I actually didn't mention that. Let's just show this off really quickly. This is my temporary studio space. I'll be building a new studio here in my basement, but temporary. I think it looks not too bad. Just to kind of, I slapped it together. I moved to a brand new city. I think it looks not too bad.
I like the Batman. Who made that?
Me.
You did that?
Yeah. It's with pencil. Different kinds of pencils. Yeah, exactly.
Wally, man of many talents. I love it.
Yeah, a long time ago. So I drew that long time ago. And then the tree is a buddy of mine who's no longer with us. He drew that long time ago, and I kept it for years. And I just thought, I got to put something on behind me, so it looks like something. Hey,
looks good.
Anyway, without further ado, oh my God, it's 3 a.m. in the morning right now in Sweden, and I don't want to delay it any further. Simon, thank you so much for joining us. I am so appreciative of you joining in the middle of the night, Thursday morning for you. Thanks for joining us on the show. I really appreciate it.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, we were talking.
The time of it. It's the time of the musician. I mean, I mean, if it were a normal show night, I would be coming home right about in an hour or so. So, well, it's just about business hours here.
Perfect.
Right, we were talking before the show. A lot of musicians I've interviewed. Okay, you're a couple of firsts for me. Interviewed even in my radio days, but especially now on this show, on the Wicked Wally webcast, on this interactive show we have here, this live show, you are the first guest outside of North America that we've interviewed, and you joined us during our regular time slot, which I'm actually pretty surprised as well. So thank you so much for doing that. And you're a session musician as well, like, so you're a hired gun for other musicians or other bands. Is that what you do?
Yeah, that's one of the things that I do.
Okay.
I'm working at a couple of studios, and I work with a couple of producers, and they write and produce for other bands, and sometimes I do ghost guitar work where I play things, and I don't get the credit for it, but I get the money. And sometimes I write for people. I'm one of the guitarists that actually can play directly from sheet music. So I can read music directly and play it, and that's a good thing. Many other guitarists is like, oh no, there's staff music. I need tablature. No, not me. I can play that. And that's one of the things. I'm working as a full-time musician, and as doing that, you need to take the work that are in the game, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm also teaching guitar. I'm giving guitar lessons.
Awesome.
And then I'm also, I'm writing, and I am playing with my strange little band, PRESSUE.
You say
fantastic.
You say strange. I mean, I say fun. I say fun. The band, it comes out in the music videos. It comes out in the music. It's just, you seem the three of you, now four of you, I must say, because there's four members of the band. And I want to talk about all the members of the band here shortly. I'm going to pull up photos of everybody. I want to chat about everyone so they all get some love. It seems like you're all close friends, at least from the chemistry you have in your videos. It seems like you're all friends. So a few comments, there's quick comments in the chat. I got to give the chat some love here too. In the chat here, it says Wally is a really good artist. Well, thank you so much for that. And looking good, Vito.
Ooh, thank you. Who's that?
Diane in the chat says saying that.
Thanks, Diane.
So, I want to talk about the other members of the band here. We have Olaf, I hope I'm saying that right, and Emil. Probably not pronouncing that exactly in the right accent, but and then the newest member of the band, Ollie. Am I saying those names correctly? Okay.
Yeah, it was fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. How do you know each other? It seems like you've all known each other for a long time, or was it just a lot of chemistry that came together really quickly?
Well, the story of the band is quite fun, actually. It all started back in 2008. And I were teaching some guitar classes, and I had some students.
Okay.
And in walked this strange guy, and he got a tip about me as a teacher, and that was Emil, actually.
Oh, okay, great. Let's pull that up.
I started out as his guitar teacher, and that's Emil. And the fun thing is that he had a background as a saxophone player.
Oh.
And also been playing guitar for some years for himself. I needed to get out there. But he was one of those, bedroom guitarists. And I was like, no, Emil, you have to get out there and play. And he, oh no, I must be better at this. So I schemed some devilish plans, as I usually do. And one of the things that I usually have is like I have a yearly very big barbecue at my house.
Okay.
Where I invite everyone. It's a very strange party, and what happens on the barbecue stays on the barbecue. I use that kind of party to get leverage on people as I go around and people. And one of my own weaknesses is whiskey. I was sitting there at late night drinking whiskey with Emil and said, no, but you have to get out there. And said, no, I don't want to. The best thing is that I can tell everyone from my side now, and they can't say anything now. That's perfect. And then later, like after 2 weeks, I decided, okay, now it's time to put this into motion. And one of my bands back then, we had a gig, and our bass player was out. He couldn't make a gig in like 2 weeks, and I called Emil and said, "Oh, Emil, you are going to play bass on a show." He said, "Well, I have never held a bass in my life." "Oh, no worries. It's just 4 strings. It's the same thing as a guitar. You will manage." Okay, and what is out? It's a classic cover party. So it's just like 50 or 60 songs. So he kind of moved into my house, and we practiced around the clock. But yeah, we did that show. Actually, it was quite fun. And after that, he joined the band as the regular bass player returns. He joined as a rhythm guitarist. So I get him out there, we were touring Sweden as a kind of party cover act in the hard rock style, and we did that for 10 years.
Wow.
Up until 2018, and then we got really tired of the party scene. I kind of, oh no, it's a pop song again. So I started to rewrite all the songs. I rearranged all the pop songs and all the modern songs into metal songs instead.
Nice.
And I changed the lyrics, I changed everything. And the fun thing is that we lost our lead singer, and then I ended up singing. And that wasn't good.
No, that wasn't good.
No. So we actually called ourselves the Crow Show then, and I think that was depending on my vocals.
Well, you're hard on your vocals, Simon. But in the chat, they're saying they love your accent. By the way, just want to say that.
I do. If you want to listen to my vocals, I do the backing vocals for Path of a Shadow. I do all the high pitch.
Okay.
But the fun thing is, so we auditioned for a real lead singer, and we went through a bunch of them. No, not that one, not that one, not that one. No. There were a lead singer is always a strange people, very strange people, and that's coming from me as a guitarist. But one day this strange bearded guy, walked in. It was Mr. Olof Jönsson. He thought that we were a regular rock cover band, and when he came to us, he said, "No, we have changed everything." What? Yeah. You should think this. Okay, but that didn't sound like. No, we don't like their sound. We have our own sound. Okay, so he told us that later on when he got home to his wife, she asked him, "Oh, but how did it go?" And he said, "Okay, this might be the best thing in my life, or might be the worst thing. I have to sleep on it. I don't know." Then he decided to, well, you have to try. So he did it, and we were very happy to do that. And we started to, and as we got his voice, we decided to not keep any of the cover songs anymore. I started to write a lot, and that was when we changed the name to PRESSUE, and we did this as a trio for up until the first album.
Is there a lot in that name, PRESSUE, or is it just because it sounds cool? Is there a meaning behind that?
The thing with PRESSUE is that it's always at least one or two or three meanings behind everything.
Okay.
PRESSUE. Our band name is PRESSUE because we handle our lyrics and our music always takes up different kind of pressures on life and things like that. We call ourselves a story metal band, and story metal is like a subgenre of heavy metal that we kind of invented because we didn't think that we fit in anywhere else.
The songs are very personal. I can tell. They're very, very personal. Is it hard to be like a lot of the meaning behind the songs? And we'll talk about each song. I want to play some of them on the show here, and I want to talk about them more with you, Simon. Was it hard to be that vulnerable? Because your most recent Go ahead.
Yeah, the thing is that differs us from other bands, I think so, is that we always, for each and every song, start with the lyric. We never write the music first.
Right.
Start with the music, with the lyric.
Lyrics.
And that's why we I call myself a story collector. I actually go out a lot and meet people, talk to people, experience things, and throw myself into life. And just between us, that has put me in kind of strange situations. But how could you write about life if you don't dare to live life?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's I kind of hate empty shell music. Oh, let's sing about this. Oh, but have you ever seen that? No, I've seen that on TV. Okay. Yeah, okay.
There's this awesome video on your Instagram page that I watched preparing for tonight's show, Simon, where you talk about this, about story metal, and it's just you and your cell phone in the middle of the night, talking to your phone, and this is the most engaging, I think, 2.5 minutes I've ever seen on Instagram. And it's always, you always see videos which are really short clips, and it's just trying to get clicks, but this is like the just wonderful. As soon as I watched this clip, I was just so excited for tonight's interview. Can I play this, Simon? Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
Sure. I want to play this for everybody because this was just, as soon as I saw this clip with you talking, Simon, I was so excited. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to talk to this guy. This is awesome.
This is the clip that got me excited too.
This is Simon from PRESSUE, the collector, if you want to say that.
Yeah, and it's not coming through the Skype call right now. Man, do you have a nice voice. People comment on my voice when they jump on the show because I have a good voice. I did radio for a couple years, but man, I love your voice. I'm
Yeah, thank you.
I'm not sure where I am actually. I'm somewhere. I'm usually by night. I usually take a hike, collect some stories and ideas for new songs, but that's not why I'm talking to you today or tonight. Yeah, the release of What You See Is What You Get, a really cool story metal song. And people ask me, what's story metal? Story metal is the new thing, yeah. Well, we base all our songs on real life experiences of real life emotions, feelings, stories that we have been told to have lived out for ourselves. And I'm out collecting right now. Well, and the song What You See Is What You Get is really important to me. Really important. Because all my life, I've met people and experienced things myself that you really, really should know. That people try to put you in some place and say, oh, do that to be normal, or...
So true. So true. Like, who can't relate with that, especially some weirdo in his basement doing a webcast can relate with that. So yeah.
Or you mean a guitarist playing guitars for 11 hours a day?
Right.
Yeah, I say that. The thing that I would like to challenge with the song What You See is like I kind of hate the term normal. Normal is something that society has invented to put us into,
a box.
What they want us to be. Or if you ask 100 people, what's normal to you, you will get a 100 different kind of answer. No one would find normal the same thing. And so normal is not, it doesn't exist. Stop trying to reach normal. Stop trying to be like anyone else. Stop caring. Go for what you want. That if you don't, then you will be unhappy for the rest of your life. You will always wonder what happened if I would have done that, or what if I have gone with him or her, or if I would just took that chance. Well, what's stopping you? And it's not one chance. You will not get, but I didn't call back to that guy, or I didn't do this because, well, it's just you didn't miss that phone call. Well, call back again then.
Right.
And if that didn't work for you, okay, well, throw yourself at something else. You just have to be yourself, and well, then you will be the true self, and you will get much more happiness. I mean, being a musician, I don't earn big money. I have horrible working hours. I don't get paid to practice. I have a horrible life while everyone else is going out. I work, and why am I doing this? Well, it doesn't depend on I have to do it. It's an urge. I need to do this. If I would be back on a office work from 9 to 5, I mean, I would slowly die inside, because my soul craved to be this. That's my normal. And everyone should have their own normal, and not ever listen to what you have to be told.
I agree 100%. Go ahead, Vito.
There's a quote, Simon. I think you'll like this quote that I heard once, and it goes, "What's normal to a spider is chaos to an ant." And I think that totally describes what you're explaining. Yeah, because for you, normal is 3 o'clock in the morning. You're on a podcast. You're on a webcast with us, right? Most of you people you know, yeah, exactly. That's you. But to maybe your next door neighbor, they're getting some good sleep so they can get to work at 9 o'clock and come home at 5. You know what I mean? So it's definitely that quote I kind of live by, because you got to make your own path. And you've definitely made your own path, and I totally respect that, and I love your passion for your instrument and your music. It's only been 20 minutes we've been on this call, but I've learned so much from you and about you, and this whole webcast I think is going to be really fun. You're such a character. I love it.
Well, I love it too. Yeah, one day you're not going to regret the things you did. You're going to regret the things you didn't do. That's exactly what it's going to be like. Me doing this kind of stuff. Me just sitting and me doing this kind of stuff. Being on the radio and stuff. I didn't start that until I was in my 30s. I spent my whole younger life trying to fit into that box, Simon. That's exactly what I spent all my whole life doing, and I just couldn't anymore. I had to just be myself. You know what I mean? Follow my passion. So what you see is what you get. I do want to listen to some of this track. We were talking lots about it. I have it queued up here. So what you see is what you get. It's about normal. So let's play a little bit of this, and if there's anything you can think of, Simon, go ahead and tell us, and I can pause the video, and if you have any information to add about shooting these music videos. One thing I did notice, and we talked a little bit about the pandemic before this, and maybe we'll get into that after we watch a bit of this video, but a lot of these videos were shot, I believe, like in pandemic style. Like it wasn't. It was probably shot in very safely, and I think you have like a live audience looking video, but there is no real live audience. You did everything very safe during these crazy times, so I really commend that. But let's go ahead and play some of this video and some of this music. What you see is what you get. This song is a hell of a lot of fun. Let's do this. Okay, one quick question. I know we just started the song, but Simon, that that is you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. I want to ask you about. Well, notice here in the video too. I want you to comment on your makeup. You were wearing makeup in this particular music video. Not all your videos you wear makeup, but some of them you do. Some videos you wear makeup. So you wear different cool things. And I'm kind of curious about that. Let's see if we can go back to a screenshot of that. Is that part of your persona when you perform live on stage? Will you do makeup when you start performing live?
Sometimes I do. I kind of have the stage personality of the strange demonic person in the band. That's in the shadows behind everything. And so sometimes I wear makeup. Sometimes I wear like this. I wear shades. I usually have a lot of props when I'm playing. The one thing that I always wear is my bandana. It's been around with me for so many years now, so I feel kind of naked if I take it off.
Awesome. Okay, let's get back to the music, and I'll try to shut up for a bit. Let's listen to at least a good minute of this, and then we'll chat some more. Ground.
I'm not a fake or a deceiver. I won't pretend to be anything else. When I tell you what I want, that's what I want, and nothing more. When I'm trying, I'm sad for real. There's no hidden agenda from me. What you see is what you get. Full on what you need. Yeah, what you see is what you get.
Okay, one thing I want to ask you, Simon, is who are all these cool people in this music video that helped you out with it? Who are all these folks? Are these friends, family? Who are these people in the video?
It's both. It's friends, family, fans, everyone. We got out a general request to have different kind of people, different ages, different kind of people singing along. The basic idea of the song is to show that, be yourself. So we have young girls, elderly men, children,
right?
Whatever you want. Everyone is just being themselves and singing along to what you see is what you get. Full applause. Unique.
I love it. I fucking love it.
So the idea was to show that in a video that, well, be whatever you want.
All right. I think it's worth mentioning too, and we didn't talk about this earlier, is that the album, if you listen to the album, there's songs written in English lyrics, in Swedish, and in German. So it's 3 different languages. The German, like, if you listen to the album, I think the English songs have Swedish counterparts, and the German songs, I think, are kind of on their own. I'm just curious about the different languages. I'm assuming English just so you could maybe catch a wider audience. English is, maybe catch the Western world or other parts of the world where they speak English is kind of common in parts of the world where people speak multiple languages. I'm curious about the different languages on the album.
Yeah. The main thing is that we usually write the songs in Swedish.
Right.
At least the stories behind the songs are in Swedish. And then it's like the songwriting process is like the different kind of languages does have different kind of phases. German is a very hard language.
Yes.
It's has one of the more metal sound, and Swedish is kind of in the middle.
Right.
English is a very soft language. So then you pick the language that fits the songs. We usually, from now on, we have chosen a main language for the songs. But here we wanted to tell the stories on different kind of languages. So, I mean, what you see has his counterpart, as you said in Swedish, that's called vad du ser. There are some Swedish songs that doesn't have English counterpart, like ännu mer, and that's fine as well. it was quite many tracks, but it's not that many unique tracks on the album.
But I still listened to all of it and kept listening to all of it. I recently interviewed a band called Ravenous. They're from Calgary, Alberta. They're a local band, and they they actually have a pretty good following in Japan. So they recorded one of their songs, which is about the Street Fighter character Akuma. If you've ever heard of that character, it's a Street Fighter character. So they have a song about this Akuma, and they're this power metal band, and they recorded the song in Japanese and in English, because they wanted to reach...
Yeah.
And I like both versions. I actually like the Japanese version better, even though I can't understand the lyrics while I'm listening to the song. I actually like the Japanese version better because it fits kind of the style. They blended in some influence from Japanese metal and stuff like that into that song. So I enjoyed listening to the entire album start to finish, even though there's repeat songs, quote unquote. It's still a great listen, and it's fun to hear it in a different tongue. It's very fun to hear it in a different tongue. I do want to say we have some more folks who joined in the chat. So everyone who's watching here, this is an interactive show. So we want to hear your questions and comments in the chat. Or if you want to just give us some metal horns, go ahead and do that. We'll give you a shout out on the show. Interactive show. Go ahead and join. Go ahead and message us. And I'm going to go ahead and play a little more of the track, and then I have some other cool questions for you, Simon. But honestly, you've surpassed my questions. You've been doing an awesome job. You're an awesome guest. So let's go ahead and do this. No, you don't. What you get, what you need. Yeah, what you see is what you get. Everything I ever did. What you see is what you get. What you need. Yeah, what you see is what you get. What you see is what you get. What you see is what you get. Fuck, I love your guitar, Simon. Man, that's awesome.
So cool.
Every time I hear that song, I like it a little bit more. It's sort of like, yeah, I like it even more. Every time I hear it, it gets better and better and better. I gotta be honest with you. The first time I heard it, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, yeah. But then every listen, it's just like, I love it just a little bit more every time. So it's pretty cool.
Thank you. I must tell you one fun thing though. What you said about languages before. Olof cannot speak German.
Okay.
When we recorded "Come Here," the German, then it was in Swedish first, and we thought, no, this has to be in German. So we reached out, and one of our fans, Jonna, and her guy, Judas, they were natively speaking Germans. And they helped Olof with both pronunciation and translation of the song. Wow. So he sent them a lot of clips back and forth, and, oh, shall I say this? No, don't say it like that. Okay, yeah. So it was quite fun, actually. So we have a lot of German material that will be released later on. I can tell you that. And we don't hesitate to use different kind of languages. I mean, a really fun thing that I have experienced with Emil when we were playing out as a rock cover band. We were actually doing a Swedish-Turkish wedding. And the fun thing, we had a singer, a female vocalist then, and she told us that, we have to do one sing in Turkish. Okay. So the fun thing is that she didn't actually know what she was singing, but she got the lyrics kind of right. And we did this Turkish song, and it was a normal gig up until then. But when we played that Turkish song, everyone went up and started jumping. And that was the start of the party. After that, it was just party on all night long. It was all wonderful time. So you should dare to do different kind of languages. Just put some effort into it, and people will love it.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you like, you have a couple songs that repeat on the album.
Yes.
Is it hard to match? Does some of the stuff get lost in translation? Going from like a Swedish song to an English, going from the Swedish language to the English language. Do you have to change some lyrics a little bit because maybe the flow doesn't go? How does that work?
Yeah, we have to change a lot actually. The center, the heart of the song is the lyrics, so we cannot direct translate it. Mm-hmm. It's if you would put the lyrics into like Google Translate and you would see, then it would have very different phrasings in some places. So yes, we talk a lot with people. We, as I said before, I love to network and to speak with new people, and we have run the English versions with a lot of persons that are natively speaking English speaking, so we get the meaning through because we need to have the right meaning of it. Many of our songs has like a double meaning, and it's hard if you are not natively speaking the language to keep those kind of nuances.
Right. Yes. Yeah, and that's kind of what I liked about that album was, you heard a song in Swedish, but then you could hear it in English. It's like, okay, I understand it a little bit more, although it kind of might sound a little cooler in one language or the other. You had that option on a couple of the songs to actually hear it in like my native tongue or your native tongue, right? So I really like that about that album.
One of the songs, it's called, the English version is called "No One Can Hear You," and that song in Swedish it's called "Ingen som hör dig." And the fun thing about this song, it's the main theme of that song is raw passion. Mm-hmm. Raw passion is not good, it's not bad, it's just an urge. If the passion takes you, you cannot ever resist it because you have to go with your passion, as we spoke before. But the story here is like kind of a fun story because it's about two people meeting. But the meeting, if you listen to the lyrics and if you listen, if I were to say that, I got a message from a girl and she said that, okay, scream, cry or shout tonight, but no one can hear you. That would make you, okay, perhaps you should not meet that crazy person, okay? But the story behind this is that it's two people that, one of them that I know really well, that met up on the internet. And they started to sending a lot of, very hot stuff. Don't ask me why I know this, but I know this. I got to see a lot of things that I perhaps should not have seen. Or perhaps I will get beaten now by them, but okay. The fun thing is that they had this kind of dialogue. So when they were finally going to meet up for the first time, the last text message was, okay, baby, now it's happening.
Okay.
Tonight,
Okay.
you can scream, cry, or shout. Anyone, no one would hear you. So in that context, that is totally fine. But if you just read the story from the other side, that could be like, oh, this song is about abuse. Or
Right. Yes.
It's nothing like that. But it's up to the listener to interpret it as they want.
Mm-hmm.
Because as this song and many of the other songs, they have kind of different faces, different stories to it. And we like to keep it that way. And that's why I said that before with the nuances. It's hard to do this if you don't get feedback on the lyrics. Okay, does this actually tell this kind of story?
Right.
Does people react to it? We want people to react to it. We want people to, are they singing about abusive behavior? No, we're not. But you can interpret it that way if you want.
Definitely, yeah.
It's up to the listener to take it.
Okay, let's. I have it queued up here, Simon. Let's play just a little bit of this track, and then I want to play a little bit of "Come Here" after. Come here. Come here. After this, well, let's play a little bit of "No One Can Hear You," just so folks, because you're just chatting about it, just so folks can hear it, and then we'll go on to the "Come Here" because I like that track.
Yeah.
Right, I could easily see how that could be misinterpreted. That track.
Yeah.
Looking for the lyrics are right on screen, so it's awesome. We got a good visual of that. But you know what? Like, it's when it comes to love and passion, as long as it's consensual and both people are, you know what I mean. As long as everyone's on board with what's going on, love gets messy sometimes. You know, it's just the reality of it.
Yeah, the thing is that they have this kind of, and I can say to that they met up and they are still together. Those kind of so the fun thing is that, and they still have this kind of dialogue. I mean,
right.
if you meet them out there and you'll get them to hear, okay, but if you misbehave, I'll spank you good tonight. I mean, okay, yeah, and people, what did you say? But if you know them by 2 weeks, then you know, okay, nothing to worry about.
Okay, hold on. I got to change your description in here. Story collector. Am I spelling that right?
There you go.
Did I spell that right? All right. Story collector of Pressure. That's more like it. You are the story collector, my friend. That is a great story and a really cool song, and that having that almost like a double meaning or alternate meaning. That's really, really cool. Okay, so the next track I wanted to play quickly, I don't want to listen to the whole thing, is Come Here. Come Here.
Come here.
It's German. And Vito, I guess, take a quick guess what that is in English.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. What?
Is it Come Here?
It's Come Here, yeah.
Of course, Come Here.
I know, just being fun. All right, let's listen to a little bit of this track. And you're right about the German language. I love you in German is ich liebe dich. You know, that this is so even I love you sounds kind of harsh. It's kind of has a harsh sound to it, which kind of goes with the last song we listened to with harshness and love. But okay, let's go ahead and listen to some of this track, and then we'll listen to a bit, and then I'm curious, Simon, if you can tell us what's the story behind this metal track.
Komm mit mir. Ohne jeglichen Grund. Alle Menschen nur am Rennen. Was geschieht hier eigentlich?
Wait, so Olaf doesn't speak German? This is all phonetic?
Nope. Yep.
Wow. I would not have known that. I would not have guessed that for a second. Okay, let's go back to the song.
Wer kann machen, dass ist alles Ende? Sieh her, ich bin hier, gebe dir alles, alles was ich hab. Ich weiß es besser, komm mit mir und gib dich hin. Komm her, ein Krieg mehr, komm her und nimm was ich gern. Komm her, just wenn ich flair, komm her, eine Zelle.
Yeah, totally. And just kind of, I mean, we know a lot of folks here know Rammstein. You know, that's a very common, very famous German industrial metal band. I don't have to explain who they are, but yes, that kind of, and even the guitar and the kind of, it has a chugginess to it. That kind of like kind of the repetitive kind of chuggy style to the song, and it goes so well with the German lyrics. Like, it's just this song. I mean, I think it's great you chose to do this song in German. I think it fits perfectly.
The song, the story behind the song, it's
right.
It's funny when you see it. It's about peer pressure.
Oh.
Because it's about people, organizations, political parties. Everyone say that, okay, come here. Just we will solve everything for you. No problem, I will handle it all. It just cost you your soul. No problems there. And you don't have to pay it right away, but well. So it's the song tells that, come here, we will solve everything for you. But there is a small catch, we need your soul for it. And it tells this, it would be like, come here, I know what's best for you.
Right, I know exactly.
Give you everything. So the people, the person, about in the song, he wonders how to solve different kind of things, and then he gets like pulled into different things. Like, okay, but come here, well, do this. No problems. So and everyone can relate to that. I mean, who hasn't been contacted by a seller or an influencer or anyone like that says like, okay, but who are you going to go with? Oh, I have this. Oh, no, come with us instead, which might be much better for you. I know this. I can promise you will really enjoy this. And just sign here. No need to read anything. Just sign it here. Yeah. So that's come here for you. So it's
excellent.
A little boot for all the organizations that promise many things but have a very different agenda with you signing up for them.
Right. So Simon, I've been waiting to ask this question for about a week now, and it's a bit more of a serious question. So I hope you're okay with answering it.
No problem.
Why don't you like strawberries?
Oh, you have found my thing here. Yeah, no. It's, I
Who doesn't like strawberries? Come on.
Yeah, I kind of like eat everything. I love a lot of different kind of foods that people don't like. But come on, strawberries. These red, squishy, little hairy things that taste like water and...
And they have seeds on the outside. What fruit has seeds on the outside?
And you don't even have to shave them. And they are like, if you go with it, they don't taste like more so good. They taste like something that you would have found under a molten rock in.
Okay.
And
did a strawberry like a carton of strawberries fall on you as a small child, or did something happen with strawberries that has scarred you, Simon?
Yeah, of course. I was chased by the strawberry demon.
Yeah.
So, that's the first one of them all. You know, that's one that the devil sent for you when no one else of the demons work. No, I don't know. I have never liked strawberries. I mean, not even when I was a child. I kind of eat the ice cream and gave away the strawberries. So, no, strawberries is bad for you.
Bad for you?
Simon says. You know, when Simon says something, you have to do that. So Simon says, bad.
Simon says. That's right. Okay, awesome. So Simon says, next I want to talk about is artwork and your merchandise. So you have the artwork on the album is really, really cool. I love the style, and I'm looking at your merchandise page as well. You have some incredible merchandise. So anyone who's watching this show, if you're digging Pressure and if you want to support them, a great way to do that is order some merchandise. They have a merchandise page. I'm not sure, do they ship to North America if you order through your merchandise page? Yeah, they do.
Yes.
Awesome.
We actually have a US based shop as well.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just happen to be on the Swedish one right now, but
the Swedish one, so that's no problem at all. So fast delivery. Now the artwork and the merchandise. We have a couple of artists that helps us with these. We have one Turkish. We love the Turkish people. A Turkish artist called Sigdem Keser. She's very talented. She had done many of the things. And we have a couple of others as well that has been designing for us. And for us, it's very much into the visual, because the visual helps us tell the stories about the songs as well. Mm-hmm. So they have a bit of that. So we try to do this. I mean, I kind of have my own Pressure.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah, perfect. You never always should wear your own things.
I'm wearing the Wicked Wally shirt now.
Yeah. Ooh. Vito is.
There you go. I always wear it. I was in Hawaii last month and I was wearing it everywhere. And I was like,
thanks,
why
man.
am I wearing this black shirt in the heat? And I was like, oh yeah, because I'm part of this. That's why.
Did anybody ask you about it, Vito, when you were on vacation?
A couple people did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Great. That's awesome.
Your social media and everything. So, yeah, it was fun. But yeah, I like to wear it everywhere.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So we try to do that, and we try to really put time into our merchandise and not, let's put a dragon on it because it's cool.
Yeah, right.
There, I got my Wicked Wally hat on now, so I'm wearing some Wicked Wally merchandise as well. Links for our merchandise as well as Pressure, their website where you find the merchandise. All that is in the episode description wherever you're watching this show. So make sure you check that out. And if you want to support the webcast, you can bet some Wicked Wally merchandise as well. But yeah, you got some awesome stuff here. Okay, let's see. What was I going to ask you next? I guess the song Untouchable. I wanted to bring up that track. I think that's going to be probably that track I want to talk about quickly, and then Am I Too Old? Because that one kind of hit home for me. Because sometimes I feel like I'm too old to be trying to start my own web series and web show and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, the song Untouchable. I really, really, really enjoy this track quite a bit. And it was interesting. I'm assuming you shot it during the pandemic because it has shots of you performing and then a live audience, but I can kind of tell that live audience isn't actually watching you gentlemen play. So that must have been one of the restrictions. Once you start playing live, do you plan to do some live videos just to kind of?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
You're totally correct. It's shot in that way. The restrictions stopped us from doing the video as we wanted to do, so we were stuck with that kind of way of doing that video because we wanted to do it in that way.
You were saying just before the show, Simon, that Vito asked you. It was a great question, Vito. You asked him how are things in Sweden right now with the pandemic, and you're just coming out of lockdown now. Live shows are just starting to happen again. That's crazy. Like, we have had live shows here in Alberta for a while now, but it's also our government's very interesting with the restrictions. But I'm curious, does Pressure have plans to perform live? Is there any plans in the works yet to perform live or do any live shows?
Yes, we will kick off our touring and things like that on end of January. We are planning to have a big kickoff show on the 29th of January. And I think we will be streaming it as well as it will be live. So
nice.
Nice. So you can join us.
Yeah, I'll wake up at 5 a.m. and get on it. Absolutely. You've done it for us, so we got to return the favor. Actually,
we have to, I think. Yeah, the fact that I'll remind folks who are watching this that what time is it there now, Simon?
It's a bit like soon to 4 a.m.
Almost 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll play a little bit, just a tiny bit of the song Untouchable, and then you can let us know the story behind this awesome song.
Yeah.
Oh, I can hear it. There we go. Actually, I think I might have just realized something, and Simon, correct me if I'm wrong. Did you shoot a bunch of your music videos at the same time?
No.
You didn't? Okay, maybe not. Okay, fair enough.
What if you simply couldn't cope with the evil? That's a major problem for many people. No matter their actions, no matter how wise, the feeling you get when everything dies. Hey, you're strong on your own, and no one can tear you down. Just believe in yourself, you do it now. Well, no one can put you on the ground. Hey, you're strong on your own, and you're able to cope even more. Dare to help yourself, you can surrender now. Inside your heart is growing strong.
Awesome. Okay, Simon, what's
So good.
what's Untouchable? What is?
The song Untouchable is really about the strengths that you need to have in yourself. Many people today talk about the strength that you are gaining with your friends, with your work, with everything around you. And that strength is very important to reach your goal. But if you really want to take it, when you are going to reach anything in your life, the final step has to be yourself. even if it is going to be like if you are going to quit smoking, everyone can tell you to, okay, quit smoking. You can get support group, you can get excellent help. But the final thing, that don't put that cigarette in your mouth, that's you. That's no one else. That's just up to you. So you're strong on your own. This is when you are able to be strong on your own, when you are able to believe in yourself, then you are going to be truly unstoppable, untouchable, and unbreakable, because then you can do anything. People around you can support you up to the last moment, but you can still fail because you didn't do it and you didn't put the trust in yourself to take the final step. Untouchable is the feeling about when you finally took the last step and dared to do it. Then you are feeling untouchable.
You have to put the work in. Nobody can do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. Absolutely. Exactly. I 100% agree with you.
And one of my favorite quote is from the old movie The Godfather. And then you have one of the, I don't remember who said it, but it's like, don't talk the talk if you cannot walk the walk. And that's very true. Don't talk the talk if you can't walk the walk.
Right.
Absolutely. I think Michael said that.
Yeah, it could be.
The Godfather?
It sounds like something that we would say. So don't talk the talk if you can't walk the walk. Well. so it's I love that movie. And the thing is that being untouchable and being able to trust in yourself, that's one of the hardest things that you can do, because it's easy to get help, it's easy to listen, it's easy to do, but when you're alone, when your friends has gone home, when there is no one more to call, when the real questions start to ask you, to nag you, when your head is working against you, and you have to tell your inner voices, to tell those demons no, I will do this. I will take this thing. I will go ahead. Then, I mean, the feeling when everyone has done this sometimes, or if you don't try it, because that's something to get high on. That feeling when you actually beat your demons, beat everyone else, and do it. Just do it. You don't have to succeed. You don't have to do anything. You just have to do it. You just have to try. And then the feeling is so amazing.
I think, Simon, I want to coin you as like positivity metal or like motivational metal. This is because I mean, a lot of metal music focuses on dark stories and you know, there's a lot of emo. You think of emo and metalcore. There's like sadness and despair and hate and anger and darkness and my life's terrible and I hate everything. And this is like the exact opposite of that. This is the polar opposite of that kind of metal music. This is a very positive, uplifting, and it just I can tell it comes from someone who's had some life experience. You're speaking from the stories you've heard, like you said, you're a story collector, and I'm assuming from your own experiences as well.
Yeah. Right. I mean, just very short to mention, you said very correctly that the album is a concept album, and the concept behind it, it's the name of the album is Path of a Shadow, and it's actually like the story of your own shadow. I've always been fascinated by shadow, because many people think that shadows are bad, evil, terrible things. But my shadow represents my guardian angel. It's always around and with me. But just imagine, just think for a moment that your shadow, you cannot ever hide from, it's always with you when you cry, when you are happy, when you're everywhere. your shadow is around. Just imagine one day that your shadow came to life and he sat you down and said, okay, I will tell you about your life from my perspective.
Right. I gotcha.
And that would be I mean, that would be a lot of truth. Something that I knew, something that I didn't want anyone to hear about, some truth that I didn't even know about myself. But it would all be from an outside perspective, but who has always been around. And that's, as you said, many things can be bad and many things can be good with our music. And we always try to incorporate both sides in our stories.
Right.
I mean, Untouchable, it's also has a story or a side to it that keep fighting or die. Don't tell me what. It's a choice. You can go down now, and that's you will live your life in denial. Then you won't be untouchable, but you will still be alive. So that's kind of dark. But if you do, then you can go from both sides. So our songs, we leave many of the side stellings to the listeners, even if there are, as I said from before, pressure are here to help you with your daily pressures around you, and to realize that you're not alone by having them.
Right.
Have you ever thought about writing a book, Simon?
I have my own book. Everything that I experience, I actually have an old leathery book with old paper in it. I write every thing that I experience down by hand. I don't write on the computer. I write in my book. I call that the Book of Metal Stories, and it's just for me. It has this old strip that I tie around it. So that's a very secret book. But yeah, I write that kind of book. That's my Book of Metal Stories. And,
I hope one day, in like 1,000 years from now, somebody comes across it and they just read this, like, what kind of life did this guy live? It'll be a completely different world where, like, who knows what it'll be like in 1,000 years, but someone's going to find that book one day and it's going to be like, maybe it's the new Bible, who knows? Something like that.
Hey, it sounds like it'd be a good one. It's a lot of good lessons in there.
Lots of lessons.
And then when you're talking about shadows, Simon, it immediately made me think of my 7-month-old. She's a little bit older than that. She's fascinated with shadows right now. She just loves watching the light on the wall and watching her shadow and watching my shadow. Just fascinated with shadows at such a young, and that's pretty cool to watch. I never really look at shadows ever now as an adult. I never look at my shadow. I never pay attention to shadows. I don't, it's something it's just out of my mind. There's other things I'm thinking about. But now having a child, you can see stuff with new eyes. So when you said that, it's just very cool to think about that, because I'm like, now I'm actually paying attention to shadows, and I'm playing with shadows again and doing shadow puppets and stuff for my daughter. So that's pretty. So that's what I thought of when you mentioned that. I do want to pull up Simon, because we haven't paid her any love yet. Really, we mentioned briefly at the beginning of the show, but the latest member, the most recent member to join the band, Simon, can you go ahead and tell us about this lovely young woman here?
Yeah, this is Olive Violet, our newest addition. She is another lead vocalist, so we are now a two-fronted band. As we write our second concept album, the next album will be all about relations, and what better is needed than to have a male and a female voice telling about relations.
That's actually a very good point. Perfect. That's perfect.
We had a really long auditioning part. We got her to do, I think, all of our songs she had to audition.
Wow.
And she She has a really interesting, good voice.
I agree.
And she will be. She's featured on the new single, the "Am I Too Old?" But she's singing more. She was just with a band for a month when we released it. So she's singing more kind of back up there, backing.
Right.
But on the new songs that will be released, they share the lead. It's very much harmonies. It's very much dueling voices. It's very cool. It's not like the other like symphonic rock bands. It's not the harsh male and the sweet female. I can tell you that she can be even harsher than Olof.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Cool. Very cool. Awesome. All right, let's check out some of Am I Too Old? And I think the message behind this song is somewhat obvious, but maybe not. I mean, there's always double meanings and everything. I'm curious if there's more to this story. But let's listen to a little bit of the latest single. It's a softer song. It's not as heart pumping as the last couple of tracks. A little bit softer track. Is the new album, Simon, going to be heavy as well, or are you going in a softer direction for it?
It's actually going in a heavier direction.
Oh, nice. Good. Okay, I'm happy to hear that, actually. All right, let's do this. Let's listen to Am I Too Old?, which is a question I ask myself all the time.
I can count all the time. Tried to read, but fell apart. Stood proudly, with nothing to prove. Well, here's a vicious good. The world is against me. Am I now too old to pray, to prevail? Hallucinating impossible dreams. My delusional.
I get a Meatloaf vibe off this song. I don't know if it's just me, but kind of a bit of a Meatloaf vibe. No? Hope you're not insulted by that, Simon. But it just reminds me of I can do anything for that. I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. It just kind of something about that reminded me of that track.
Rate rising. I feel the heat and another beat. Should I throw it all away? My weary soul is crying out. Don't fade away and never be afraid.
Yeah, their voices together sound awesome. The harmony, I actually really enjoy that. I'm looking forward to the next album quite a bit. So, yeah. Simon, what's the story behind Am I Too Old? I'm assuming it's thinking you're expired.
Of course, it's as you said, it's the first meaning of it. It's quite obvious. It's like Am I Too Old? It's about self-doubt, about middle-age crisis, about being afraid that you cannot achieve anymore, and what's the point of trying something new? You are too old by doing that anyway. So that's quite kind of obvious. The not so obvious thing about Am I Too Old? It's also that it's a meaning of, how should I say this in English?
Okay.
If you are feeling that you are too old. You often go into a kind of
self-pity
reactive phase. No, I think that you start isolating yourself as well.
Okay, yeah, right.
And that you are sticking with your own routines, your own things, and you are kind of, oh no, what, I'm too old to go out to a bar and go out with my friends. I'm happy here with watching a movie at home. And no, I think that I cannot call my friends now because they are busy with their families. And,
right.
Well, and so the meaning with this song is like, as you see, there is not a single shot where any one of us is together in this video.
Okay.
And that's about isolating, that people are alone when they are feeling too old. They are not using the power of friends. They are not doing, they kind of isolate themselves and go for themselves. If you watch all his footage, for example, she's singing at a big concert hall, but there is no one there. She didn't dare to go there. The message was that, and Olof is going all by himself, no friends and no one around. He's standing in the middle of a street, no one around. He's just there isolating himself. That's the other meaning of the song.
You're gonna make me cry, Simon. That's very. I mean, who can't identify with that? Especially different points in our lives. I've definitely had points in my life where I felt isolated, alone, regardless of feeling old or not. But now I get that too. You know, I'm not too far from 40 years old, so I'm starting to feel like maybe I'm getting too old, and everyone's busy with their lives, and that's. I feel like it's me talking. You're speaking my inner monologue a little bit, and that's a good message to get out there. So, thank you for sharing that, my friend.
Yeah, it could be easy in the other way around, because if you're sitting alone and you're feeling that, oh, well, it would be nice to call someone, but well, I know that he has 2 children and he has his family. They are doing this and they are doing that,
right?
And
yep.
The thing is, wouldn't you be happy if anyone called you, even if you have your daughter and you have your life, and suddenly an old friend that you didn't hear from 2 years just called you, oh, what's up?
Absolutely.
That would be awesome. But so the song about, try to break the isolation, because you will make someone really happy if you just call them up for. And just ask them, how are you doing? You don't have to decide or solve world peace or something like that. You just have to check in. Oh, you don't have to set up, go out, do anything. Just check in. Wow, how are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, are you still playing that drums there? All right, yeah, cool. Okay. And after 5 minutes, and you will get a kick out of it, and that person, he or she will definitely get a kick out of that. So, go and reach out, and you will break the feeling of, am I too old?
Especially in these times when nobody's really seen each other for how many months at a time, right?
Yes.
Just a quick call. Hey, how you doing? You okay? You doing all right? I did that today. I was at work. And a friend of mine, he just lost his dad a few weeks ago, and he's visiting his mom in another province. I just called him. I was like, how you doing, man? Like, you all right? He's like, yeah, things are okay. And I was, it was just a simple hello. And he's like, well, what are you calling about? I'm like, I'm just calling to see how you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no shit.
Nobody's called him. You know what I mean? Like, probably not many people have just called him out of the blue. Yeah, when it happened, of course. But even during this pandemic, I started calling people that I haven't talked to in ages. Just, what are you doing? Oh, I'm not doing anything. Well, me neither. Let's chat.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. So and that's the hidden message why the song starts and ends with a phone call. So
Okay.
Ollie calls Olaf with the phone rings and she says, hello. That's well, call someone. Listen, Olaf speaks into his phone, so Ollie reaches out to get the story. So that's the other side of MIT World.
Awesome. Okay, Simon, for this next little part of the show, and I want to be conscious of your time. How are you doing? It's early in the morning or late at night, whichever you want to say. How much more awake time do we have from you before you have to go?
No worries. I'll probably sit here and play some guitar anyway. So
after we're done.
problem.
Okay. So the next. The next segment of the show here, I call social media. It's just I got to think of a new name for it. Maybe that's a little more catchy than that, and with a little splash screen. But I go through a band's social media and I just pull out things that I think are interesting, funny. What's going on here? It's just rapid fire. So we're just going to go through social media, and I just want you to comment on each thing. So the first thing I'm going to pull up here, and I pulled up some more stuff about the other members of the band because I knew they couldn't be here tonight. Let's see. First is 1 second here. Olaf, I should say Olaf. We're gonna look at his secret, his vocal secrets. This is his secret technique for being a good vocalist. So let's check it out.
They're from PRESSUE. We have butter. We make some coffee. After that, you drink it, and then you can sing all night long. Thank you, Helena, for the tip. You will hear from PRESSUE.
I gotta say the name of Olaf. I can't even say that with a Western accent.
He's from the southern part of Sweden, and he has a different accent than or even a different dialect than all of us.
Right.
And so we usually say that he doesn't even speak correct Swedish.
It's like East Coast people here.
Yeah, or East Coast. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's bulletproof coffee with butter. That's what he's having.
That.
Yeah.
Yep. So he always drink this before any rehearsal and shows. Yep. He put a big chunk of butter in it and drink it, and he claims that it's good.
It's supposed to make the caffeine last longer. So you're supposed to do it so you don't get that much of a spike. It makes the caffeine a little more consistent, and it should carry him throughout the night. So that's he's onto something. I think he's onto something.
Yeah.
All right, the next thing I found on your social media, and the only reason I'm pulling this up is because there's a bunch of bands behind you in this photo, and this is an older member of the band, I believe, right here. But all these bands behind you, and I recognize one. We just interviewed Lutharo from Ontario. We just interviewed them. What's your connection to Lutharo?
No, we don't have that much connection to the other bands here. We were fronted on the magazine, so and then the other were in the magazine as well, so we don't have connection to them.
Got you. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, I was just curious because it's like, oh wow, it's like we just interviewed them and I saw them on your page. So excellent band from here in Canada. All right, more of Olaf. We have him doing it says here in the description, to get real experiences and to challenge yourself, you could do as Olaf and just take hazardous downhill race at one of the hardest tracks in the Swedish mountains. Olaf loves danger and embraces it. So, pretty cool.
He does. He rides his bike in very strange places. He's very good at it. I mean, when other people just look down, I think, okay, I wouldn't jump down here. Olaf take his bike down there.
So when you guys come to Canada, he has to bring his bike because we have all kinds of mountains that he can go riding on.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, I love Canada. I've been in Toronto, so yeah, it's a great city.
Vito here loves bike riding as well. He took me on, I think, the longest bike ride I've ever been on. That was last year. Was it last year?
Last August, yeah.
Last August.
75K?
Yeah, 75 kilometers, which is the longest I've bike ride I've been on. So Vito is pretty crazy. He's a pretty good bike rider.
Yeah, you and Olaf should go out then. And
Yeah, I'd be down. Absolutely.
Right.
Great.
Okay, next up on social media, this is some really cool makeup. I hope you can see it okay here. You got a really cool makeup. This is for a music video.
Yes, this is for the video of Where Are You Now?
Right.
And that's our power ballad on the first album.
Right.
And it was we had a really good makeup artist called Jonna there. She worked a lot of this on this and on the others as well.
Right. Yeah, it looks really, really cool. Really like that a lot. Okay, and then this is Email. Always up to something. I wonder what he plans for our next show. What's going on here? What is he doing? Is this an experiment? Is this his job? Or is this him at work?
No, he's playing with dry ice here.
Okay.
So and he, he's kind of our tech guy. He works with as quite advanced programmer while he's not playing, and doing things with airplanes and things like that.
Oh, cool!
So he's very advanced. So he always brings strange things that we're trying on our shows with synchronized things and pyrotechnics and
that's
dry
cool.
ice and things like that. And he is always, we'll try this. He's quite a guy of mischief. We love him for that.
That's awesome.
Mad scientist, hey?
Yeah, he is. That's perfect.
It's great to have someone like that in your band.
Yeah. He's really good at that as well.
Okay, and I think that's all I had. It's just a few things from your social media I wanted to pull up, and I wanted to show some cool stuff about the other band members. So right now, I'd say I'm going to throw it over to you, and I'm going to try to shut up for a minute if I can, and give you a chance to go ahead and plug yourselves one more time. Let folks know what's coming up next for Pressure. We already kind of talked about that a bit, but just kind of summarize it once again. What's coming up next for Pressure? Anything else you want them to know? Where to follow you? All that kind of stuff. So I'll turn over to you. And then if you are still awake enough, I would like to check out two other bands and find out what you think about them. I'm curious what your opinion on them is, and we can check that out. Or if you need to go, you can go, and Vito and I will take care of the rest of the show.
Okay. Yeah, as for Pressure, we are in the we are recording a lot right now. In beginning of December, we will release our next single. It will be self-titled, actually. The single's name will be Pressure. And I will not disclose anything more of it right now. So stay tuned for that. We are working on our second album. It will be a concept album called and all about relations in life. Not only love relations, it can be colleague, friends, parental, whatever. Relations are all around you. If you want to follow us, please do. We are on any social media you can think of, and you will find us under the name of PRESSUE Sweden. So Instagram.com/PRESSUE Sweden or Facebook.com/PRESSUE Sweden or YouTube.com/PRESSUE Sweden, and you get the picture. And if you want direct links for it, you can go to our webpage. It's pressure.band. And you'll find some good old stuff there as well. I think that what is.
Perfect.
Simon, it's so. Are you able to stick around for some reviews?
Yeah, I think I soon have to go sleep a bit.
Okay.
But it's
We'll try to
like
make
4:30 in the morning here, so
yeah, that's
Sun's
fine.
coming up.
That's fine.
yeah, sun is coming up. So I think I'll call it a night here.
Not a problem, my friend. Not a problem at all. Thank you so much, Simon. This has been an absolute pleasure. I feel like I've learned something. I feel like this has almost been like a therapy session, talking about all of the meanings and stories behind the songs that you've written. And I'm very looking forward to everything that's coming up next for Pressure. I will be following you. I'll be listening to your tunes going forward. And thank you again so much for sticking around and joining us in the middle of the morning night for you at this crazy hour. It's been an absolute honor to have you on the show, sir.
Yes, same to you. It was an honor being here and a pleasure being your pressure.
Awesome, Simon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Simon.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. Take care and stay metal.
Stay metal.
Stay metal. All right. Bye. Bye. You can go ahead and hang up. Thanks, Simon. Sweet. All right, Vito, just you and I now. We're going to be doing some reviews. That was a lot of fun. I'm going to have to...
So much fun. I'm not moving. I promise.
I'm going to just... we'll kind of do have a bit of a split screen going on here. I'll just move you over here. I'll just move you over. Yeah, so we're going to do some reviews here, Vito, to close off the show for tonight. And bands that I think are in similar vein to Pressure tonight. So anyone who's still watching the show or checking us out on YouTube, I think some pretty awesome bands here. We're going to check them out, give our honest opinions on them, and I do want to see what folks think. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment in the chat. Let us know what you thought of Pressure, what you thought of Simon, and like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, we're going to do some reviews here. Two incredible bands from other parts of the world. Let's do this. Time for some reviews. Yeah. All right, it's time for some reviews here on the Wicked Wally webcast. Vito and I are going to be giving our not so expert opinions tonight, because we don't have a session musician anymore on the show. But Simon did an awesome job in the interview. But anyways, it's time for some reviews. We got two bands to check out tonight. The first band we're going to check out is, I believe, pronounced Estriver. Estriver. Estriver, I hope is how you say it. And the track is The Dreamer that we're going to check out. So they're an Italian, there you go, Vito, an Italian hard rock band. Estriver are proud to release the single and video for The Dreamer. The track is taken from their new album Outcry, due for release on December 10th, 2021 via Wormhole Death Records worldwide. The band is based in Trieste, Trieste. How would you say that, Vito?
Trieste?
Trieste? Trieste?
I think so. I don't know. Maybe.
I'm asking you because you're my Italian expert.
I should pay more attention to Italian class. I'll have to look at it.
Okay, and so it's in the far northeast of Italy, in the heart of Europe, where different cultures have crossed and merged into each other for centuries. The Revolution Act of Estriver is pushing the canons of hard rock music towards metal and progressive influences, so that's why it's a good fit for this show. The outcome is Outcry, an album that put together different backgrounds, styles, and ideas of every single member, so lots of influences from all the band members. Ideally, Outcry is the last chapter of the trilogy, so this is the third part of the three albums, started by Blue Rose, with one of the band members, with the albums Fallen from Heaven and Darkness and Light. So this is the third in a series of albums. So if we like this track, I'd say you probably check out the ones before it. Anyways, let's do this. We're going to check out again. This track is The Dreamer. Let's do this. Let's see it. Okay, I'm going to say initial thoughts. I'm going to start off by saying I want to hear more, because that's...
Me too.
Yeah. What do you think so far, Vito?
I liked the starting kind of like low tempo, but like heavy. Like it was a little drudgy.
Right.
I like that. I like that a lot. His voice, I was a little bit surprised, a little higher pitch.
Right.
Which kind of works for it. I do like this. I do like this a lot. I want to hear more as well.
Me too. Let's go back. Yeah, so far loving it. I get it why they call themselves a rock band, but there's so much power metal influence in this.
Yes.
So, yeah. I'm loving it. I must like usually you know I listen to, when we do these reviews I kind of cut it off and talk a bit more, but I just really wanted to hear where this track was going. It's not boring. It's continuously changing. It's pretty incredible.
I'm surprised they called themselves a rock band. There's so much metal. Like, it sounds metal to me. Maybe.
I was making some. I was trying to think while we were listening to the tracks, and I'm like, it's kind of like Ed Guy meets like Default or Theory of a Dead Man or something. There's a little bit of that chug kind of, that heavy kind of repetitive chug. But I agree too. It's in my mind, it's very much on the metal side of things in terms of power metal, with a little bit of with that rock influence. So I'd say it's metal with a rock influence, not rock with a metal influence. So I'm agreeing with you in terms of what I hear, anyways, as a non.
Right?
Yeah, totally. Are we ready to give our review, Vito, on this? So how many horns?
I gotta think. So like. I wouldn't go two full horns, but I'll do like 1.5.
Gotcha.
I'll go 1. I want to hear others. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
The one song, 1.5. But I feel like as a band, they'll probably be 2.
I agree 100%. Yes, this track is great. It shows what the band is made of, what they do, that there's a progressive elements to the track. It's not just chorus, verse. There's a little more going on here. The lead vocalist does some really interesting things with his voice and takes it off in different directions that you wouldn't think. Yeah, definitely like 1.5 horns for this track alone, just listening to it, but I definitely would want to hear more from them. And they have 2 albums prior to this as well, so very solid. Very, very solid. So awesome stuff.
I can so where do from Trieste? It's on the border of Slovenia and Croatia.
Oh,
so it's like a really interesting part of Italy. Yeah, like they said, it's very there's a big blend of cultures there. So I could see where they kind of get a little bit of metal influence from like the Slovenia side, right?
Oh, Tammy in the chat says the groove. Thanks, Tammy, for joining in from Facebook. Yes, that was very groovy, very groovy. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Tammy. So the next band we're going to check out on Reviewz is a band called 30 Fates. 30 Fates, we're going to listen to their track Just for a Little, the official music video for that. This band is from Greece. We were checking a band from Italy, and now we're checking a band from Greece. This is Greece's hard-rocking power metal band, so similar styling. 30 Fates is releasing a new album, Circus Black, on December the 10th. So coming up very shortly here. The upcoming full length is a 9-track anniversary record to celebrate the trio consisting of brothers Elias, Nick, and Stelios. So 30 years in heavy metal as friends and bandmates. So 2 brothers, Nick and Elias, and the third member is just a long-time friend. The history of 30 Fates begins in 1988. Believe it or not, when they introduced themselves to the world in a band named Metal Invaders, which was soon changed to Black Fate. Under that moniker, they released a 4-track demo in 1991, but soon after, Elias on guitars continued on other various bands. Stelios, if I'm saying it correctly, on vocals went on to a solo pop career, releasing singles and touring all around Greece, along with forming the band Blow. Nick, who's the drummer, went on to other rock-heavy pop bands, touring also as a freelancer and continuing with Black Fate for 4 amazing musicians, where they released a self-titled in 2001 EP, and 4 full lengths: Uncover in 2002, Deliverance of the Soul 2009, Between Vision and Lies in 2014, and Ithaca in 2020. I haven't heard of this band before, but again, I don't hear of everything. But this they've been at it for a while. So I'm pretty excited to hear more of this track. I think I only checked out a few seconds of it before the show tonight. So I'm excited to hear some more. So the track is from 30 Fates is Just a Little. This band's got a lot of history and a lot of experience. Let's do this. Actually, the main reason I picked this one is the guy has this white makeup on. It reminded me of Simon, our guest. So yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, this is similar. So I wanted to see what he thought of this guy's makeup. Maybe he'll put something in the YouTube comments later.
Start to fly. It's always love.
Okay, so initial thoughts on this one. I actually have one to share right away with you, Vito. This to me, just the vibe of it, I don't think exactly the same. Just the vibe of it reminds me of some of Bruce Dickinson's solo work. A little bit, yeah. The style of music, his style of vocals. I mean, he doesn't sound like Bruce. He has his own thing going on. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of that in a little bit. What do you think?
First of all, that dude is slapping that bass. It's like that's the one thing that's like sticking out to me. I love listening for bass. Killing it on the bass. You could tell they're all experienced musicians. Super well written and composed song. Yeah. It's really good. It's really good. Would I gravitate to it? Maybe not, but I definitely respect it, and I think they're really good. Like, they're all really good at what they do. Obviously, they've been in it for 30 years. I think even if you wouldn't have told me that they've been in the music industry for that long, there's things you can just notice in their playing and in their songwriting that's just experienced musicians. They're really good.
Right. Yeah. I have to agree. Actually, I would lean more towards the previous band in terms of preference and sound, just because it was kind of interesting. The mix of the rock and metal with a little bit of the rock influence, the vocals, the progressive elements. It was very interesting. This is definitely. I mean, it is what it is. It's more the chorus verse kind of structure. So I think. If we would have listened to this song in reverse, I would have, like, in the opposite order. If we would have reviewed this band before the other one, I would have rated this one a little bit stronger. But just because of my own personal leanings, not the quality of the music at all, because this is very well done. Just personal tastes. I mean, I think I'm ready to give this a horns, or do you want to check out more?
Yeah, no, I think I'm ready.
I think I'm ready. I got one solid horn up for this one, and it's nothing against the quality of the music and the sound, the musicians. The music video is pretty neat. I like guys the makeup and the outfit they're wearing, and each band member looks like they had different backgrounds because of the way they're dressed. Everyone's got their own thing going on as well. Like the fact that he was a pop singer, that's actually really cool. Let's go back here. Cool. Yeah, he was a pop singer for several years. I'd be curious to hear do a little more research and hear the other music that he's sung in previously. But okay, Vito, what's your review? I didn't give you a chance.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. I think one solid horror, like solid horror.
Yeah,
they're really good. I just wouldn't. It's not my preference. Just like you said it was.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. But it's almost there for me.
Yeah, I think, to be completely honest, I think when we're done the podcast, I'll probably go see what the other songs sound like, just because I'm curious now. Like, this just scratches the surface, as well with the last band too. But now I just want to know what he sounded like in a pop band, but also what the other songs sound like. So yeah, that's the one. I'm definitely going to be digging into both of them.
Definitely. We could do it now. They released a song 4 weeks ago. We could do it now and check out another song of theirs.
Sure.
So let's see. Let's see if they'll get another half a horn out of us, or maybe full horn. So here's another track by 30 Fates, The Pretender. And we're not going to answer this survey from YouTube. Let's do this.
Also, the music videos are really well done.
I agree. I have not heard this yet, so this is going to be. I'm going in blind. Already, I'm actually digging this song more.
Right? Like, I knew they had more in them.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep going.
Your blood stains, your lies devour.
Oh, nice.
Once they said you're a king for a day, and time flies by, but you're still the same way. Hanging your soul upon a string, that's the present offender.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh yeah, mid song, so like early solo. I love that.
Yeah.
I love early
I knew they had more.
Okay.
I knew they had more.
Okay, I want to honestly, before we quit the show tonight, I mean, this is going to be on our YouTube channel for later. We lost people because it's late, so there's only a few people watching right now. Thanks for who's still sticking around. But I think I'm too. So let's. I want to listen to almost the rest of this track if you want, Vito.
Yes.
I think I'm up to 2 horns now. Let's see. Oh, nice. Nice. Nice.
Strings up of my silence, believe that you might change. Cows all over illusions, you were miles away. My star name is forgotten, I offer you a ride. The sightseeing of my point of view, I offer you my night. The distance getting bigger, I know you have no chance. The way you keep on moving, and circling, hanging your soul upon a string. That's the present offender, not a pretender. Not a pretender. This one is for waiting for you.
Okay, I was hoping for one more solo. That was my only thing I was waiting. I know. I was the only thing. I was just like, oh, one more solo. That would definitely be too. So, like, I'm gonna give it like, almost like 'cause that song kicked some serious ass. That was great. I just wanted one more guitar solo. That's all I was waiting for in the track, even a short one. So, but
I'm on the same boat.
Yeah.
Almost.
They're fucking awesome though. We definitely got to check out more of their music. So
Yeah.
awesome. 30 Fates. I mean, the pedigree and the experience and the influences in that band are pretty damn interesting when you talk about the history. So, okay, Vito, I'm going to let folks know about some upcoming shows. We've got 2 locked in, and there's one other one coming up soon. But we got some pretty interesting stuff coming up, so I'm pretty excited. Upcoming shows on the Wicked Wally webcast next week. Same Wicked time, same Wicked channel. November 17th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain, we have the band Solaris. Episode number 40. Woo! We will be joined by Lucas MacArthur, guitarist, and Sarah D., vocalist of London, Ontario's symphonic power metal band Solaris. The band will be releasing their 3rd full-length studio album, A Dance with Tragedy, on December 17th, 2021. We will check out their latest single and look back on their 2019 powerhouse of an album, Darkest Days. And Jay, she will be joining me. I think she's feeling well enough to join me again. She's been sick for a while. It's been rough for her, but I think she's going to be back and ready for that show. It's going to be awesome. And that band reached out to me, actually. They're friends with IC Aura, band I interviewed before. So like, oh, we loved your interview with them. Can you have us on the show? It was really nice to get have them reach out to me. And then we're doing a Sunday show. So this is weird. Usually it's Wicked Wednesdays, but it's a Sunday, November 21st, 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Mountain. So why are we doing a 1 p.m. show on a Sunday? Because we're interviewing Exist Immortal. We mentioned London, Ontario. Well, this is London in the United Kingdom. Their melodic progressive metal act, Exist Immortal, will be our guests, combining metal, rock, gent, and experimental elements into their straightforward, pulse-pounding sound. They're for fans of bands such as Tesseract, Monuments, and Periphery. They released a stellar 3-track EP, Act 3, Water. We're going to talk about that. And Vito, you're joining me for that one on a Sunday. Yeah,
Tesseract, like my buddy showed me them a few years back.
Right.
If that band's influence, if that's one of the influences, I'm stoked.
That's my. I wrote that, so that's what that's what I think. But I really think they're of that vein, of that style of music, and really looking forward to them. Very very clean vocals mixed in with very heavy sounds. So very very cool band from the United Kingdom that I came across randomly, reached out to them on a whim, and they want to come on the show. And yes, season 2 of the webcast, my goal, and thanks to Simon who just joined us in the middle of the frickin' night. But we're doing. I want to do more international acts on this season of the show. I want to try to get across the pond, interview bands from across the ocean, because we have the technology, and that worked really well. I wasn't sure actually how that would work tonight. I didn't feel any different talking to Simon than it was talking to someone, say, in Alberta, in Calgary, or something like that over Skype. It felt perfectly natural. He was an awesome guest too, by the way, so that probably helped as well.
Amazing.
Yeah, incredible guest.
Yeah, I like him a lot. We need to have like a Wicked Wally tour of like the world one of these days, and just go see everyone in person. Oh,
yeah.
Stop Sweden.
Yeah, definitely. Sweden. And, we'll see. It's not locked down 100%. They said yes, but I have to get the date 100% solid. But the third band I have lined up, which I'm not going to say the name yet, they're from Belgium. So there's another band from Belgium that we've actually reviewed on the show before, and I'm hoping to get them on the show in the near future. So some really exciting stuff coming up. We're going to have the return of Band Room Blitz. Remember Band Room Blitz?
Nice.
Yeah. So return of Band Room Blitz. I've got some bands lined up, previous guests we had to join us and play, to kind of pit them against each other. So that's going to be an exciting show. So that's in the works. I'm working on that with the game's creator. We're all stoked. We got some awesome ideas for Band Room Blitz returning in a spectacular fashion. It's going to be even more cool than last time. So, so really great stuff. Band Room Blitz is a board game from Analog Universe Games. It's a card game where you come up with band names. It's really a lot of fun. If you want to check out that episode on the channel, I'll actually link it in the, if you're still watching this video, I'll link it at the end of the show to check out our Band Room Blitz video. Me and the co-hosts, we got together and we played that game with the audience. So the audience participates in the game with us, which actually made it so much more fun. And the audience kicked our ass, by the way. Spoiler alert, they won. I shouldn't have spoiled it, but really fun, a really good time, and a lot of laughs. So I'm looking forward to more of that. So, yeah, great stuff coming up in season 2 of the webcast. Vito, any last thoughts before we shut her down?
No, that was a lot of fun. Simon's a legend, and it wasn't what I expected. I don't know what I was expecting, but I love how he calls himself a story collector, because I related a lot to him, because I'm the same kind of person. I just love meeting people and telling stories, and I think I didn't expect to connect that much, like as much as I did with him. So yeah, great guy. Thanks for coming on the show, and this was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
A lot of fun.
totally agree. All right, and then yes, again, like, comment, subscribe. Any engagement on this video will help us. Comments actually give us the most engagement, so if you like the video and comment as well, that helps the most for discoverability on YouTube, where we're trying to really build our following. So whatever you can do, throw some comments in the chat. I read them now because there's not, it's not a ton. We're not a huge channel yet, so I will read and respond to all your comments within YouTube. So please leave them there as well. Because we were a little quiet in the chat tonight, but I'm sure we'll have a lot of folks watching from Sweden after the fact.
Yes.
So, all right. This is Wally and Vito signing out. Thanks again, man. This has been an awesome show tonight.
Lots of fun. Thanks for having me, bud.